Taking a similar approach as Tesla, alongside the unveil of the Ford Mustang Mach-E, reservations were opened. Now, as we inch closer towards production and delivery of what's arguably one of the most highly anticipated cars of 2020, those reservations are being converted to confirmed orders. If you have a reservation for a Mustang Mach-E, you've probably received a call from your local dealership getting you prepped for delivery. Sadly, due to the traditional dealer model and against Ford's wishes, some dealerships are hiking up the price of this unreleased new age electric vehicle. Seeing upwards of a $15,000 markup certainly is infuriating, but it's not the norm. On average, it looks like the Mach-E hovers around a standard $5,000 premium. The good news is that you don't have to pay a premium with this easy-to-do method. In fact, you might just be able to find a discount for the Mustang Mach-E. So, how would you go about checking to see if your local dealership might or might not have a markup on your future electric car? Well, thankfully, it seems to be pretty easy. If you just go on to the Mach-E website, the standard website right here, just type in Mustang Mach-E into Google and click over to the Order Now button. You'll be taken to a standard page asking for your location to see the dealers in your area and the cars that they have. So, for instance, you could put your zip code or city, state, whatever. So, we are in South Florida, so we're just going to put Miami as a example. So we'll pick the first dealer that pops up and configure the car as you wish. For the sake of this demonstration, it doesn't really matter what we pick, just so that the important part is to get to the end of it, so you know what to look for. So you go through your packages or lack thereof packages, the wheels, and order. Once you get to the order screen, you'll be given your dealer selling price and how much is due today. So if you want to know if this price is the actual price that, is the MSRP, what Ford would want the car to be sold for, or if there's a dealer markup tacked onto it, you can just scroll down to the bottom where it gives you a further breakdown of the pricing, and you can see the difference from MSRP, which in this case is $5,000. So on this particular Mustang Mach-E at this particular dealership, there is a $5,000 markup that the dealer is tacking on to the base price of the car, which without the $5,000 markup would have been only $44,009 instead of $49,009. Now, obviously, we've seen news of markups anywhere from $15,000 with an average of around $5,000, but it doesn't mean that every single Mach-E will be getting a markup. For instance, we pulled up a different dealer in our area, in the same Miami area. Just same exact trim package, same exact configuration, and this time the car was only $44,900. And when you scroll down for the difference from MSRP, you see that it's $0. So there are dealerships that are not putting on a markup to the Mach-E. So keep that in mind. You're not going to be forced to find a dealer with the lowest markup. You might actually find a dealer with no markup. Another handy feature, instead of just going dealer by dealer through the dealer locator and configure out a car every time and looking to see if there's a markup or not, is going on to the macheforum.com, which will be linked below. There's a nice thread here that has been compiled by the forum members to show which dealers in which cities have a markup, do not have a markup, and maybe even more importantly, which ones are honoring ADZX plans. So as you can see, no AZX plans, no ADMs for here. If there hasn't been anything said, then it's assumed that the ADZX plans are valid for that dealer. Now, many people don't know what those plans are. Essentially, they are different discount programs that Ford offers. Particularly, they're mostly aimed more towards Ford employees or Ford retirees or dealer employees. So the A plan, for instance, is Ford employees, the Z plan is for Ford retirees, and the D plan is for dealer employees, and they carry their own different set of discounts on the car. The one that most of us that don't work at Ford will be focusing on will be the X plan, which is for Ford partners, friends, and neighbors. So if you know someone that works at Ford or the dealer, you should ask them to see how to enroll in the program. If the dealer will accept the X plan, you can actually get your Mustang Mach-E 2% below MSRP plus a $275 administrative fee. So depending on the configuration, that's maybe like a 1.9%, 1.8%, something like that discount. But it's a discount. So not only are you avoiding paying a markup, but you might actually be able to get a Mach-E under MSRP. So if you have reserved or looking to reserve Mach-E, this is definitely a good resource to have. For those people that do have a reservation and have already been assigned a dealer and have found out that that particular dealer has maybe a higher markup than you would like to pay and would like to shop around, unfortunately, you will have to cancel your reservation before being able to switch dealers and having to do a re-reservation for a new Mach-E from that dealer. But do keep in mind that each dealership is only allocated at this point about 3 cars guaranteed. Some may have a little bit more, but at the 3-car minimum. And even then, one of them has to be a demo car. So really there's only about 2 cars, 2 Mach-E's guaranteed per dealership at this point for the first production year. So if you do happen to find a dealer that has 0 markups, but for instance, that doesn't have a dealer markup and they might have sold, 20 Mach-E's after you give them a call and see how many have already purchased, you're not getting your Mach-E within this year. You might have to wait a year or 2, depending on how many Mach-E's Ford plans to make next year. So you're going to have to learn to balance out if you want to pay a markup and how desperately do you need this new car. So definitely there's a lot of things to keep in mind. Definitely the markups have thrown a wrench in a lot of people's plans because now you have to account for those things and then have to find the correct dealer that doesn't have a markup, so on and so forth. So keep in mind that even though there was news that, markups on every Mach-E, that's not really the truth. There are some that are exuberantly high markups, but you, with enough looking around, you may be able to find a dealership that won't put a markup on. But do keep in mind that the wait times in those dealers might be longer. So all the resources will be down in the description below for you to check it out yourself. And if you're a reservation holder, good luck, and I hope you find a good deal. Thank you very much. Hope you have a wonderful day.